Hey guys, so I wanted to pop on since you guys are getting into the meat of your season and talk a little bit about your post weigh-in strategy. I know you have about an hour to an hour and a half. I wrote things on a whiteboard, which you guys could just screenshot this and kind of have it for your notes. But I wanted to talk through this with you a little bit. All right. Two things that are most important. It's going to be hydration's number one, especially for you guys that are cutting and maybe pulling back on that water those 2 to 3 days leading up to our weigh-ins. And then our fuel, obviously, to make sure that we have enough energy on the mats. All right. So with our first, everything that I like to do is in 15-minute kind of increments. So what I mean by that is that slamming water down and slamming food in after many of you are cutting, your body's not really going to like that. So slowing things down after your first water bottle, slowing things down to about every 15 minutes, getting a little bit of fuel in, checking in with yourself is really, really important. For our water, I have somewhere between 64 and 75 ounces of water in that whole time frame from weigh-in to you're actually competing. And then we have for the carbohydrates somewhere between that 75 and 100. You're gonna notice I don't have fat in there and I don't have protein in there. I also am not looking for you guys to have things with fiber. Fiber slows down the absorption of food. We want nothing slowing it down, and also fiber causes a lot of blood flow into the gut. We really actually don't want your body having to break down stuff. We want all of our blood going to our extremities, into our muscles, and then we want our digestive tract literally kind of just food coming in, popping it out where it needs to go, and not really working too hard. All right, so as soon as you weigh in, you're gonna grab your first 16 to 20 ounces of water. You can make this ahead of time. This water is gonna contain some fuel in it as well. About 2 tablespoons, maybe 2.5 tablespoons of honey in that water. In addition to that, this is where we want to get the salt in. Salt's going to help with the absorption so that you can actually hold on to the water and also hold on to those nutrients that you are consuming. So I have Element is one of my favorites, about a half a packet of Element. I know some of you guys use other things. I'm looking for about a half scoop or something that's going to be equivalent to about 500 milligrams of sodium in that first drink. Now, yes, you can kind of put that back to get that water in right away. As soon as you finish drinking that, approximately every 15 minutes, you're gonna have about 16 ounces of water. Now, my recommendation is drink that first water, open a fresh bottle of water, start sipping it. You wanna sip that water so at the end of 15 minutes, you are done another 16 to 20 ounces. And you wanna just keep on sipping on that water as you go through. So every 15 minutes, about 16 to 20 ounces of water. Check in with yourself, potential that you may need a little bit more electrolytes. So have another electrolyte drink in that water, or if you're someone who likes Gatorade or something like that, you can maybe swap one of those waters out with the Gatorade. However, I would probably have my first initial water with all the stuff in it. I would have my next water with nothing in it. Maybe my third water, I would check in with myself, maybe put a little bit more electrolytes in there. But you have to kind of check in with yourself as you're moving through and just sip on that water. At the same time, when we're sipping on that water, the second thing we talked about was our fuel. 75 to 100 grams of carbs. If you get that honey in right away, you're getting about 20 grams of carbs right off the get-go. And then we are going to eat our food approximately every 15 minutes. You're gonna have about 25 grams of carbohydrates. Treat this the same way as the water. We should be taking small bites of this, not just slamming it in and trying to get 100 grams of carbs right away, okay? So allow your digestive tract to kind of catch up, check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. Recommendations for those carbohydrates. Fruit, so bananas, oranges, pineapple, any of those high sugar fruits are actually really, really good. They don't have fiber in it. Oranges, mandarins, grapes, all of those are great for you guys to have. So handful or 2 of those, 15 minutes later, a little bit more. We also can do the rice cake with honey. We can do a banana with honey. Honey stingers, I know some of you guys like those. And if you're somebody who eats a little bit but then feel like you can't tolerate, utilize your water with honey in that water to help yourself get that fuel back. All right? Hope this helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions.